Warning, playing FPL is highly addictive. It may cause stress, a loss of free time, a resentment towards friends or colleagues, and a dislike to football in general. Please, FPL responsibly. Hey guys, and welcome back to the Fixture Watch, the series that allows you to stay one step ahead of the FPL by looking at which teams have the best or worst run of fixtures over the next 4 game weeks. As always, if you enjoyed the video today, please help support FPL TV by dropping a like on the video and subscribing if you'd like to stay tuned for more. The team with perhaps the most attractive fixture list from Game Week 25 is relegation candidate Stoke City. Usually it'd be wise to steer clear from players in the kind of form that Stoke have been in recently, but now with a new manager appointed, and that new manager buzz that often gets brought to a team, they went on to beat relegation rivals Huddersfield in Game Week 24. So could this now mean a change of fortunes for Stoke in their upcoming games? That's for you to decide, but with a nice looking run of fixtures, including a home game against out of form Watford next, perhaps it's worth taking a punt on some of their options, especially if you're trying to play catch up with some of your mates in your mini league. If you do decide to take a punt, then Xherdan Shaqiri and Choupo-Moting are perhaps their best FPL options, both of them with low ownerships. The next team with a good run of fixtures is unfortunately another side battling at the wrong end of the table. Brighton are in abysmal form at the moment, with no win in their last 5 games. In their defence, 2 of these games were against Chelsea, but going forward they don't offer anything from an FPL perspective, failing to score in 4 of these last 5 games. With Sergio Aguero in good form now, and other expensive options like Hazard and Alexis Sanchez entering our minds, then perhaps some of Brighton's cheap defenders could help to free up some of your funds to spend on these expensive players. As said, their form is pretty poor, but their run of games looks good, so perhaps Duffy or Dunk can do you a job at a cheap 4.6 and 4.5 million. Certainly risky, but at the very least good squad players with their nice run of games to come. Chelsea's fixtures remain strong, with 3 more very decent games until they face an away trip to Old Trafford. So even though Eden Hazard has driven many managers up the wall this season, he still proved in Game Week 24 what an explosive FPL option he can be on his day, racking up 16 points. He's owned by less than 7% of managers too, which is also a bonus. So could he be about to go on a big run in these 3 games, or continue to frustrate managers with inconsistency? Hazard's goal in the League Cup on Wednesday can only support his cause. Defensively, Chelsea remain very sound, with an impressive 6 clean sheets in 7, so playing Bournemouth, Watford and then West Brom next, they have a very good chance of continuing that run. As mentioned in last week's Fixture Watch, Tottenham sit at the other end of the scale, with a very difficult looking run of games on paper, with Spurs playing 3 of the league's top 6 next. Harry Kane boasts an excellent record against Liverpool and Arsenal, so I fancy his chances against those personally, but I'm not so keen on him returning points against Manchester United next, especially considering Tottenham's poor record against them. Still, Kane is almost certainly a season keeper, but if you don't own Aguero and are thinking of dropping Kane, then perhaps he offers a nice alternative for the next few game weeks, unless you can own both of course. With this tough run of games in mind, is now a good time to let go of midfielders Dele Alli and Son, at least until their fixtures improve again in a few game weeks time. Another team with some difficult games in the next 4 game weeks are Tottenham's North London rivals Arsenal. They still have 2 decent looking fixtures to look forward to, facing Swansea and then Everton, so no panic stations just yet, but their away form could see them make very hard work of that Swansea game, who have always been a big bogey team for Arsenal. New signing Mkhitaryan will surely be a tempting FPL option at just 7.6 million, but following these 2 decent fixtures, they then face Tottenham away and Man City at home, so it's worth considering this as he may not be as effective in those tough games. Nacho Monreal is in great form at the moment, so he offers a very good defensive option, but again, with these difficult games coming up, clean sheets may be a big ask. Lastly, it's Huddersfield, who currently have neither form nor fixtures on their side. They're currently on a run of 3 straight defeats, so with Liverpool and United to play next, it may be wise to bench some of their cheap defenders if you own them. Budget striker Depotra is also in woeful form, so it's perhaps time to start looking for a better option in his price range. And that wraps up this week's Fixture Watch. Be sure as always to drop a like on the video if you found it helpful and would like to see it more. Make sure to take note that Game Week 25 doesn't start until Tuesday next week, with FA Cup fixtures to be played first over the weekend, so perhaps be cautious with your transfers on this to avoid any injuries to your players. As always, be sure to subscribe to FPL TV to stay tuned with all our videos, catch you all soon, and most importantly, FPL responsibly.